Hi, it's Ethan Mussolini, the Merchant of Success, your motivational speaker, human resource trainer, life and career coach. Welcome to part 2 of the 3-part episode on how to start a business. Once again, besides me doing the work that I do, like I've introduced myself, I'm also a mentor on the Africa Entrepreneurship Award program. So if you have never applied for this fantastic program, it has phenomenal coaches and mentors. So if you don't know, you can check out the website, go to africanentrepreneurshipaward.com. The address should be coming up on the screen. And they take on applicants every year, so you could be in good luck. If you're already a member, welcome. If you're not, wow, there you are. Let's talk about part 2 on how to start a business. In part 1, we looked at the basics. Now we want to talk about part 2, which is about generating revenue. And we'll look at 2 things, and that is a leads attraction system, or LAS, and then we'll also talk about how to convert those leads. Because when we talk about revenue generation, it's really about those 2 things: attracting prospects and converting those prospects into customers. You could call them prospects or leads, and then turning them into paying customers. So we'll talk about how to keep the customer happy, because we know that a happy customer is your best marketing strategy. Now let's talk about a leads attraction system. So why use a leads attraction system? Because it gives you an organized method of classifying leads as they are captured or as they come into a funnel. If you have a website where you capture names or people who are interested, it gives you a good way to categorize them. It also gives quick response. You can schedule automated responses. In some of my websites, I have autoresponders. And again, you could, if you go to, for example, ethan@40.com, that is Ethan, E-T-H-A-N, that is A-T, then 40.com, you will see what I mean by that. You apply, you immediately get a response. Then once you confirm, you get a video every single day for the rest of the 40 days. And it's not like me sending every day the video. There is a system in the back end that does that. So you can schedule automated responses. And by the way, on that site, I share my 40 life and business lessons I learned by the age of 40 of them for that matter. You can also determine a lead's position in the sales pipeline in real time. For example, you can tell whether someone has received message 1 or message 2. You can tell whether someone has watched a video or not, whether they have called or not, depending on the kind of system that you're using. So how do you attract leads? Number 1, you need to dive deeper into understanding your market. One of the ways is to understand the demographics, things like age, sex, income. So once you understand the levels of education, once you understand those dynamics, then it gives you leeway. It gives you the material, the raw material to work with moving forward. Also, get to know what their needs or challenges or problems are, because once you know what the problem is, then you can step in and solve what that problem is. And you can use this, you can do this by using a survey tool, for example. You could, if you go to surveymonkey.com, I know they have some free options. The other thing you could do is you could use something like Google Docs and then create a form where people can fill in some questions, which will give you their age and the issues they experience. This is what I usually do when I'm coaching people. So I tell them, I give them those forms, they check them out. If you go to ethanmussolini.com/coaching, you'll see some forms. It will give you an idea on the kind of surveys that I do, which gives me an insight into leads or prospects before they apply. So that's something that you could borrow from me to learn and how to implement. You can also do a couple of what we call psychographics. You can get to know what they read, for example, what they listen for, what they search for, where they hang out. In other words, you're looking at their kinds of behaviors, and all this can be done through surveys. Number 2 is uniqueness. And when you talk about uniqueness, we're talking about, say, communication. For example, you could say I'm a punctual plumber. For example, you could say we are on time, and you say you offer to pay commercial customers $5 for every minute they are late, up to, say, $300. Could be a special way to treat customers. You know, you sometimes go to hotels, as an example. You go there, they welcome you, they put on a smile, and that's it. And it's okay, it's expected. But in other times, you know, you go get a juice, get a towel. Well, that's almost becoming a standard in high-end hotels. But what if they gave you a fresh rose? That would be beautiful, isn't it? Or a chocolate. You'll be like, wow, doesn't cost much, but does a lot. It could also be a unique experience, which is related to what I've just talked about. Now, how do you convert leads? Meaning, how do you turn prospects? How do you turn just a mere interest into cash? Number 1 is give value first through content. So what I've found, just before recording this, I came across a document on something like 7 powerful questions you'll ever ask yourself. This lady was giving it out for free. I read it, it's engaging, it's powerful, and guess what? I had to visit the site. And I dug around, found some other piece of content that was free, very, very valuable. And guess what? I found a place where you have to fill in some questions to submit, and then I know she's going to call me or to reach out to me. And you know, so she gave out value first, which increased credibility on her part. So what are some of those tips, tricks you can give out? And in today's day and age, it's very easy. See, you could go on YouTube, create videos, a video like this. You could open up a free WordPress site or link, and then post content there, and then you can leave your phone numbers there, or you can leave your email address. Hey, by the way, if you're interested in this, fantastic, call me here. Or you could be dealing in cookies, as an example. So you could give tips on 7 things to look out for before you buy a cookie, and say, hey, by the way, if you need more cookies, call me on this number or visit this site. That way you would have established your credibility in the first place by giving value, and people will feel indebted to come to you. And then what you also need to do is to attract the most interested people. I'll tell you, I used to just put content out there, but what I've found even most interesting or to be most useful is to have application forms, because by the time someone applies, it means they are deeply and seriously interested. The other key to to convert leads is to engage them and earn their trust. So how you do that is spend more time with them, set up meetings, set up different scenarios, don't overpush, get to know them, tell your story. The more you tell your stories about your life, about your company, about your organization, the more people are more likely to do business with you. Research was made, and they found out that when someone knows a person, or people believe that for people they know or their friends, they feel they are less likely to do wrong, they are less likely to cheat them. So they feel that the people they spend most time with, they are the kinds that they can easily trust, or they are the ones who have their best interests at heart. So find ways to engage them, visit them, call them, send a card, and then send more emails. Then as you engage them more, next time you're pitching your business idea, next time you're pitching your business, they are most likely to trust you. And of course, sell them what you have. Don't just skip in the background. Say, okay, next time you're thinking about this thing, let me know when we can talk. No, be upfront. When time comes, close the deal. Tell them what you have. And I also tell people, when you go out to parties out there, don't just introduce yourself and stop by your name. Just tell them what you do. See, what did I do when I was opening up this video? I'm a motivational speaker, human resource trainer, life, career, and business coach. So that's me. I'm telling you who I am. You never know. One time you may decide to call me to come and train you or coach you or train your staff or coach you, whether it's in public speaking or life and career development or business development. You can call me in future and boom, we are able to engage. Another one is also build a list of happy customers. What you can do is when someone buys something from you, put them in a separate list, get to know them, and let it be known within the company. So you know what, these are our customers. When someone is a customer, then you can give them special deals. The other thing is you can duplicate your resources or your product or service to other people. For example, you could have a particular experience, let's say a book. If someone buys that book, you don't need to write a different book to another person. So what you can do is to find products and services that you can duplicate so that you do the job once and it keeps serving you over and over again. Now let's talk about how you can keep the leads happy. In other words, customer service. Please note once again that a happy customer is your best marketing strategy. So why customer service? See, excellent customer service gives you an edge in business. You're consciously going to be in control of your customers if you're taking good care of them. And poor customer service kills customer loyalty. They won't come back to you. And you make big monies when your customer service is great. The better your service is, the better your revenue. Now these are some facts about customers. That 70% of buying experiences are based on how the customer feels they are being treated. That's according to McKinsey. And according to Fast Financial Training Services, 96% of unhappy customers don't complain. However, 91% of those will simply leave and never come back. Now that's dangerous, isn't it? According to Ruby Lena, it takes 12 positive experiences to make up for one unresolved negative experience. And also that the probability of selling to an existing customer is 60 to 70%, and the probability of selling to a new prospect is 5 to 20%. Actually, the 5 to 20% seems to be very accurate. That's according to Marketing Metrics. I put up a page recently, and the people who were submitting the application forms compared to those who were visiting that form was 4.8%, which is close to 5%. According to Bain & Company, it costs 6 to 7 times more to acquire a new customer than to retain an existing one. In other words, you're better off spending more time, resources, energy, and strategy to retain that customer. Now, let's talk about how to achieve outstanding customer service. Number one, it starts with great communication skills. Body language, stand tall, your voice tone, the words that you use, smile. All those simple, tiny things make a difference. When we say words like thank you, please, they always make a difference. Make the customer your boss. Respond promptly to their needs. I will tell you, I always like calling people by their first name, but there's always something pleasing about hearing someone say, yes, sir. Yes, madam. That tells the other person that you care about them. You seem eager to serve people, and they will be eager to spend time and money with you. Exceed their expectations. Give something more. Give something extra. One time I went to a supermarket, said, oh, we have this for our valued customers, and it was some milk or something like that, some milk powder or something like that, and my daughters love it. Well, I'm talking about it. I was like, wow, no one has ever given me a gift in a supermarket. Well, it turns out that that product was less than 2 months away from expiring, but guess what? I still felt grateful because, hey, guess what? Other supermarkets have never given me anything. Also, understand your customer's problem. Have what we call active listening. Create relationships. Remember their birthdays. Know who they are. Call them by their first names, and it will make a big difference. The other key thing is don't ever make promises that you can't honor. That under promise and over deliver, but we sometimes interact with people who over promise and they under deliver. They promise I'll be there in 10 minutes and they end up appearing in 30 minutes. That is over promising and under delivering. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. I want you to call a couple of customers and find out the level you are at. On a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is exceptional service, how are they rating you? Then once they give you the feedback, pick 1 or 2 things that you can implement right away in the way you operate. Because remember that a happy customer is your best marketing strategy, and it will help you boost your revenue in terms of converting those leads, selling more to them, and the like. All right, so let me know what your thoughts are. Share what you've learned. Share what questions you have or comments. Those are my contacts on the screen. You can find me at ethanmussolini.com in case you want to learn more, or you can check me out on info@ethanmussolini.com or call +256 772 936361. And on different social media outlets on the same name, which is Ethan Mussolini. That's my Twitter handle, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and also Instagram. I would also highly recommend that for corporate trainings, in case you want to engage my company to train your organization, whether it's customer service, leadership, communication skills, sales, and several others, you can go to success-africa.com. Oh, and by the way, if you are below the age of 40, I created a resource which you can find out at ethan@40.com. This I created it recently before turning the age of 40. So I share my top life and business lessons by the age of 40. So when you enter your first name and email, then you get an automated email. Once you confirm, every single day you get an email with a video sharing with you one of my topmost life and business lessons to access. By the way, in case you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I'll be releasing these videos over on my YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/user/Ethan Mussolini. Subscribe to the channel, and then I'll see you in the next videos.